Welcome back to the FPM channel. Absolutely insane video today. We meet Tai Lopez, we onboard a new client, and just walk you through a crazy day-to-day in the life of an operator. I'm going to show you the full day start to finish, coming out to Beverly Hills, meeting Tai Lopez, walking through everything that we think about when onboarding a new client. We're going to show you the 3 biggest levers that we're going to pull in taking this new client from 60K all the way to 250K a month. This isn't a regular video, Miro style, going to walk you through some boring step-by-steps. Going to take you through the whole day, drop some knowledge, drop some value. You'll see the special guests when we met Tai. But yeah, let's get into it. We'll start in the morning.
What is going on, you online business demons? Back here on another walk, same spot as last video. Today, we're gonna show you the 3 biggest levers we're gonna pull to bring our new client to 250K a month. Kind of another day in the life vlog. We're going back to Beverly Hills. We are partnering up with Andres on this offer, especially his expertise on the sales side. So we're gonna go work in person today, build a bunch of cool stuff out for this offer. But yeah, I am fired up. This was the client I mentioned in the last video. So the deal did go through. We did end up signing them, and no complaints from me. Another beautiful day in Los Angeles. Woke up for my European client, woke up to a little 500 from him. So we are up on the day already and ready to rip, no complaints. Appreciate everyone who watched the last video, outlier on my channel already. It's been 2 days. But yeah, we're about to go home, shower, shave, be on our way to Beverly Hills. I have some client syncs today. I usually have my client meetings Monday, Tuesday. So it's Tuesday today. Got 2 of them on the board. Have a sales call for a client on the board, and then we are just going to rip apart the new client pretty much. I'm building out 2 new offers right now. That new client and then another new client who has a real estate offer. And so it's gonna be a busy day. Tons to do. We'll see you probably in the car before we head over to Beverly Hills. We're ready to go. Get everything I need in here. Gotta head over and get to work. Come on now. Love doing this drive every single time. As I said in the last video, this is the same drive to this work spot as I used to take for my corporate job. And I've never talked about this stuff online, on my channel or anything. So I'll shut up about it after this video probably, but it's just such a good feeling knowing that I'm out of that. I was just thinking, this was my ride to work every day. I did this for a long time and grinded my business, my agency on the side, and it sucked, bro. I had no reason to get out of bed in the morning. I was late to work every day just because it was so hard to get out of bed. I would get home from work tired. I would be tired working until 12, 1, 2, and then have to get up at 6:30, 6:45. But it was just so hard to get out of bed. Now I wake up at 6:45 every single day, turn my alarm off, see some notifications on my phone, and it just fires me up. I'm ready to roll. I'm happy to get out of bed. I'm excited to work, and it's just it's such a different scenario, such a different feeling, and I fucking love it. Before, I literally kid you not, I would snooze the damn alarm, bro. I would snooze it probably 8 times. But just a little recap, thoughts going through my head on this drive. All right, see you there. So we got a bunch of book calls for my biggest offer today. The offer that I talked about in the last call that I'm kind of invested in early, built with the creator from the ground up. 3 book calls overnight. The efforts we're putting in are compounding day after day, inputs, and we're slowly seeing growth. And so I'm stoked to run this offer up to 6 figures a month. But especially for, maybe if you're an operator watching this, obviously it's a lot more work. And if you can get an upfront fee for building with the creator from the ground up, then obviously that's great. But there is a power to building with a creator who's small and has a lot of room for growth. Obviously, it's a skill in itself to see if there is even potential on the table for the creator. But one piece of advice I have is if you see potential, there's no downside to building from the ground up.
All right, we going to get some coffee right now. Chill. The Rari's in there. The fellas are on the way to me right now. We are going to get some coffee before we lock back in for the day at this beautiful, beautiful spot. Look at this. Let me try and get an angle for you. I don't even know like what this is. Some hotels, some buildings. Very nice. But got some work done, got some client meetings this morning, and then we are going to script out a crap ton of ads to send over to our new client. One of my biggest things when I onboard a new client is just speed and quality, so that especially if they're paying us an upfront fee, they immediately feel like they made the right decision. We can get right to work, make the money as quick as possible. Got the goodies. That was quick. Quick stop in the coffee store. Pretty good. I need to spit my gum out though. Good speed delete. If that was Starbucks, that would have taken 30 minutes. W speed to lead in that little niche coffee spot, but we're walking back right now. About to lock in on these ads. We got to set up the wholesale offer and the new offer that I just mentioned, but two great new clients, two great new offers. Stoking to get everything rolling with those two and start making those guys some bread. Come on now. You cold brew though. Without the gum, 7 out of 10. Could be better, could be worse. For this offer, to give you some context, the new offer that I mentioned in the last video, that I mentioned in this video, not the wholesale one, they are currently doing about $60K a month off of one singular platform. So essentially what we're doing is building out their entire funnel, literally like barely any funnel infrastructure, barely any back-end systems. We're building everything out for them, getting them on, the other 2-3 platforms. We're building out everything. We got to get them right on GHL. One piece of advice I have is obviously our clients pay for the tech. If you're an agency owner, just get everyone in your own GHL. Like, it's a nightmare having to log in and out of all these different GHLs, especially if you have to do, frequent maintenance on a day-to-day. Just get everyone under your GHL, pay the extra, I was justifying not paying the extra like $200 a month or whatever it was. Just do it. It'll make you more money, trust. But I just want to show you some stats for this. So here's where we're at. This is a consulting client. First full month of the offer being open. Let's read some stats off. 77% show rate. Could be better, could be worse. 50% close rate. 60% piff rate. 60% piff rate's insane. So we're obviously gonna bump price, but come on. About to hop on a client call here. Got the fellas.
What up? What up?
Grinding.
Your hat looks so swaggy, actually.
I know.
Yeah, why do you look swaggy? Sure.
Renee, Andreas, we got the back end demon, the red rocket over here. Say what up.
Red Rocket's crazy, bro. That's like an insult.
The red rocket's tough. But yeah, we're about to hop on a client call here, and then Andreas and I, we're gonna do a little sit down on the 3 biggest levers, the 3 main things we're gonna focus on to rip this client up to $250K a month through what? Paid Webby funnel.
That's kind of right, but the way I think about it is you kind of want to have a hero 3 where you have kind of one that leads into the other parallels. And so what I learned by running my own agency,
Dialed.
Together in like sequential steps.
Right. Exactly.
The one problem solves the problem.
Yeah, that's what I learned doing my 5 million.
And that's what I taught you about making 17 mil in my own agency.
There's so much passion.
Just a little light.
No water in here.
Not even a fucking cup. I'm about to get tap water. We got one Zoom going on that's split into everyone's day.
That's the secret.
No work getting done.
But you have
Anyway, let's rate tap water. Why don't we just rate LA tap water? Most of you aren't in LA, so you don't know kind of what this tastes
Dude, alright, we're finally going to get grub after these heads got off call.
Let's get him. I'm fucking starving.
Renee's low-key drip. He caught me in the drip king.
Ah, you caught me, bro.
About to go get some grub, walk around the town a bit. Yo, this is good lighting.
There's great lighting.
We're gonna walk, or are we holding this?
Yeah,
up?
sorry. But nah, it's a beautiful day out Scope. I'll get some scenery.
But we're gonna go home and cook after this. We're gonna go get food. Then we're about to cook when we get home. Take these boys to like 200K a month.
250.
250. We'll drop all the sauce too.
That's what I said. We're gonna fucking capture every part of the process.
Oh yeah, from start to finish.
A lot of nice cars in this town.
We're LARPing right now.
We should have, rented a whip for this video to LARP.
I know, bro. You know my client got a Corvette in Ventura?
Who? One of my clients about to get an M4.
Well, they rented a Porsche, then I rented a Corvette.
The one who's ripping right now.
Really?
He's a dead ass about to get an M4.
That's so hot. You gotta record a video like with that other dude, remember? He was like, I made my client rich and he got an M4 or some bullshit, a supercar. I guess M4's not really a supercar, but whatever.
No, yeah. Walking around, we don't know where to eat. I'm getting hungry and cranky.
Hurt the coach's face.
We're info guys. We're info
Our
guys.
growth operators.
Knowledge.
Tai Lopez in person,
What's up,
baby.
everybody? What's the coaching package? What are you guys selling? So you're the behind the scenes.
Yeah. I have a client who's an agency coaching offer.
That's awesome.
Yeah, agency.
Dude, that's the money. If you look at the gold mine, the gold rush in the Californian, 1850s, guys who made money were selling tools to the gold miners.
Yep.
So you guys are basically selling tools to the
Exactly.
coaches. That's actually, they ended up making more money than all the gold miners.
Are we interrupting
Yeah, I got to go back on this in a
Sorry,
second.
pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, good to meet you all. What's your name?
Stefan.
Stefan.
Andres.
Renee. Good luck out there,
Colin.
man.
Thank you.
Good time, big money.
Appreciate it. Would you look at that?
That is the most.
Yo. Yo. I don't even know if I got the good clip. I was too busy.
If that shit doesn't fucking...
Alright, I'm gonna have to tone the editing. Is this Air One? Yeah. Should we go to Air One? Alright, we had to take a little lap after that, cool down a bit, get our bearings straight.
Holy shit, bro.
But now we're gonna go over, grub a little Air One, then get right back to it. And there was so much cooler shit we could have just said to that head, but
Way cooler shit. Bro, we walk up, I have an agency client, just paid $5,000, and whatever money I made from that all has to do with Tai Lopez. And he didn't even know, and I just met him. That's fucking disgusting.
we're about to, don't get me wrong, my Instagram is about to get spammed with those clips. Don't worry. Alright, we decided on Chipotle. The video was supposed to be centered around our new client, what we're gonna do to make them money. But we just met Tai Lopez, so that might be the title now. Clickbait, obviously. But we'll see. These guys are very high cortisol. We're just chilling. These two just
It's like too much.
These two just always yapping and shit.
No, we got the Zinneroonies in, we're chilling.
Come another walk back.
Yeah.
About to go chop up this clip of Tai Lopez. We're cranking out these ad scripts for the new offer and just trying to find some winning messaging that calls out a very advanced buyer. Next clip will be the full breakdown of our 3 biggest levers for this offer. Let's get it. Now for the value section of the video, as promised, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the new client that we just brought on.
Yeah.
Our 3 kind of biggest levers, 3 areas we're going to focus on to take this offer from 60K where it's at right now to 250K a month, and just honestly drop some sauce. I know this was more of a vlog style video, some action with a little guest appearance, but now we're going to get into it. So to break down where this offer's at right now, like I said, they're at 60K a month, operating off of just one platform. And on that one platform, they have no systems. They're just spamming, pretty much spamming content as much as they can. The creators themselves, it's a duo. They're stuck in the DMs themselves, and they have no systems in terms of tracking, back-end, sales process, anything. Like no pre-call process, nothing. And so they have one website which directs people to a free Discord. And so we're pretty much going to turn this offer completely around. Yeah. All right, so first lever is just going to be sales process. Like we said, they have nothing in place right now. I'll let Andreas hit on all of this though.
Yeah, they have nothing, pretty much nothing in place. They have just students in the program from the past that have been successful, that are just taking their calls. And if you ever work with us on an offer basis, what we'll do, if you've ran the offer previously, we'll take your sales call recordings and build like ICP buckets around them. We've checked all the sales call recordings, and half of them, I think the closer was pulling up with like their iPhone. So typically you don't want the lead doing that, but their closer was doing that. And so it just calls for like us to build a complete system around it. So first thing we'll do is implement one, like a triage process. And so depending where you are with your offer, you'll either want like a full cycle team, meaning you have one person who closes and sets to make enough commission to stay on the offer, or you'll implement a setter and a closer and do kind of a group chat kind of pre-call process. But in the sales process, the first thing we'll do is build the assets. That's the very first step. So we'll get their confirmation videos, or breakout videos, their pre-call VSL, everything they'll consume between them booking the call and actually showing up to raise their interest level and actually have more buy-in in terms of like showing up like pre-sold. Then we'll take those assets and put them in a chronological order where they make sense. So they'll see them on the thank you page, and then they'll see them in the group chat. And then before the call, the setter will send them hyper-relevant assets. So if they have all these testimonials, which if you're someone who runs a successful offer, you'll have tons of like client results. The setter will send them the most relevant testimonial based on their triage call with the actual lead. So they'll have more value, they'll be pre-sold, and they're watching people just like them win based on more contextual information.
And they have so many testimonials that makes our job easy. So we can literally just send them a testimonial that matches exactly to the type of lead that's jumping on the call.
So you want that, and then you also like, let's say they're not the exact type of person, but they express some sort of like hint of an objection. You can have specific testimonials that are geared towards certain objections and limiting beliefs, and you send that material over instead. And so you can get them to watch like 2 to 3 people that all solve their limiting beliefs, solve their objections, and then also look and talk exactly like they do. So it's kind of overpowered. They have so many testimonials.
Exactly. And that leads us to the second lever we're pulling, which directly relates to the sales process, is all of the back-end tracking. This offer is pretty much completely blind right now, and like Andres said, their current students are taking the calls. The most successful students are taking the calls with no real script framework, and they have no tracking in place. So they don't know, their connection rate for applications. They don't know their show rate, close rate, pitch rate, all of that stuff. So we're going to be building out the systems to make it crystal clear which part of the sales process is the biggest bottleneck, which parts do we need to come in and fix and focus on to, increase cash the most each month.
Yeah. And like, if you're an offer owner, you should be optimizing for one metric that no one talks about. You should be optimizing for offers per day per closer. So if you optimize for scheduled calls, but your show rate's ass, like it's not really going to be a true tail sign of like whether your offer is converting and doing well. You want to optimize for, okay, how many people is my closer pitching the program a day to? And that's what like the true metric you want to track. And they have none of that. We're going to be tracking literally everything from the startup here, especially now going into the next point, which Steph will kind of touch on, the new funnel we're layering on top for them.
Yeah, so the biggest thing for this offer is going to be leveraging the other platforms, because they're singular platform right now. We're going to take them omni-channel after we build everything out for them, with the biggest thing bringing the most leads into the offer, into the sales process, are going to be paid webinars. And so the biggest thing we're going to focus on there is dialing in the messaging based on everything that's working for them right now.
And so like after what we'll do, so we talked about earlier, taking those call recordings, seeing the most qualified, not even the most qualified, because you'll often get people who are qualified to buy, but they're not a great fit for the program. So who's qualified and who's actually a fit, and then we'll take those people, and obviously if you're going to pay for leads, you want to pay for the leads that are going to be the highest converting. You want to target them specifically. And so if you're ever running ads, which for this client we're running paid webinars to layer on top of their organic, the main thing you want to do is target in market. And I've made this mistake myself with clients, taking the organic principles and then pushing ad spend toward them, and it didn't really work out that well. But the kind of magic here is you want to go in market. So for example, these guys, instead of targeting people, like getting them to know about on our ads, we want to target people who already know about and believe that it actually is something that works, and it works for people like them. So that when we're targeting people with ad spend, we are having closer to the awareness level. So what I mean by that is, on an awareness level spectrum, if you're starting ads for the first time, instead of spending money on people who are lower down the awareness level, meaning you have to convince them of a lot more, you should instead find the most qualified, good fit like closes that you already have, and see how can you target more people like them who are closer to the beliefs that you need them to have. And so people who are already bought in, they already know it works, and they actually are looking for solutions actively, those are going to be the easiest to convert, especially for your first couple times on cold.
Exactly. And we don't want to go too in depth for you, and we think we should have no problem running these up to multiple 6 figures a month from where we're at right now. And I kid you not, these guys are spending their time every day in their own DMs. They barely have anything built out, and so we're going to come in and take all of that off of their plate so that they can focus on the most highest leverage activities every single day, which is content, getting more eyeballs onto them, onto their offer, and actually getting their students results, improving their product.
100%. Yeah, this is the 80-20. This is all the things that like would need to happen to get them to 200, 250K a month. So we're confident. And I mean, this is kind of like where they're at with their process and their offer. So these are the things that actually matter in the needle movers.
We brought them on 2 days ago, got everything hashed out. It is currently April 14th. And so a couple months down the line, we're going to duet this.
Yeah. This is our second video together.
Yeah.
Like sitting down. Yeah, first one was just yapping. Now we're partnering up on the client, which is exciting. So in like a month or two, 60, 90 days, should be pretty well cut.
Yes, sir. Bet.
All right. Let's cook. But this is like the new step. Mid a clip and getting clips on the other side of stuff, other side of the camera.
Behind the scenes.
But the biggest thing.
All right, we're just checking some book calls from one offer today. Finished up the majority of work that we're going to do here today. Got a ton of footage. Hopefully that little sit down with me and Andres was helpful for you guys. A lot of work to be done, a ton of work to be done, especially for the new offers coming in, as well as continuing to grow the other offers in the portfolio. But I mean, shit, eventful ass day, huh?
Yeah, fucking stressful, but it's worth it.
Worth it. Andres had a...
Dude, it's so stressful. I forgot about Tai Lopez. That's what you were fucking mentioning in the first place. I don't know why I'm bringing up stress. No, it was fun as shit. I don't know. I could not have predicted today at all.
Crazy day.
By any means.
But we're going to get on out of here, go back to Brentwood, coming up in a few minutes here. And I'll probably do a few more clips and then end it off there. So usually I'm at home or there alone, for the whole day, unless I am on a call, unless I am texting on the phone, whatever it is. But usually when I'm doing work, it's in silence. So working with people in person, it's definitely an adjustment. Voices, they got their own shit going on. We're collaborating on shit, whatever it may be. A great day, don't get me wrong, but I'm gonna go home, lock in silence a little bit, and then we'll close it off there. Just finishing up a little run to unwind for the night. Beautiful sunset. Let me see if I can zoom in on that. You can't zoom in on front camera or whatever. Anyways, beautiful sunset, just finishing up a run. One thing I've learned, in the trenches, I let my body go a little bit and it just made me way more productive, motivated, confident, everything. So no matter what, it's not worth sacrificing getting fat, not feeling good, not feeling clean, not feeling cut. But pretty much done for the day, except gonna go home and just grind. Nothing exciting, so I'm not gonna show you. I'll cut to that right now, tell you what I'm gonna do for the rest of the night in 3, 2, 1, bang! All right, beat as hell, but we're ripping pre-call scripts, ad scripts, YouTube scripts for 2 different offers. We got setup, red light, apple, candy, back massager on my chair, back to the hype video, come on now. Okay, and we're back. So, extremely, just a crazy day, to be honest. Got a bunch of work done, cranked out a bunch of stuff for the new offer, especially dialing in the plan, the messaging for paid traffic for the one new offer that we're going to, launch. Crazy. But yeah, honestly, sick day. It's one of those days where I'm thinking how everything's kind of aligning. Everything's kind of coming to fruition. When I started online business over a year ago, that shit was hard. I was in college. I had no kind of hope, really. I knew I needed to make something happen. Ended up having to go corporate for a while. But a lot of the stuff that I did back then, the inputs for the last, year plus, have just been compounding where I'm just now seeing shit really start to pay off. And a lot of the things that I wished for back then are starting to take place. I'm meeting the people I want. I'm getting the clients that I want. The things in my business that I wished for back then are happening now. I don't think I could be more excited for the rest of this year. Everything that I wanted to have in place right now in the beginning of the year, you can look back to my video with Andres of our recap of 2025, our goals for 2026. So much of the shit that I wanted to happen this year is right on track. And so I just need to keep pumping in 2026 and just make that shit happen. So I don't know. I didn't really mean for this to be a motivational video, but shit's just aligning and it feels so good. As I've progressed, it's just when I make the people around me money, I make money. It's that simple. And so I just need to keep getting better at making the people around me money. Simple as that. I sacrificed so much to make this shit work, to make, you know, the reality that I wanted come true. And so obviously we're not by any means there yet. Still got a lot of work to do to get to really where I want to go. But sacrificed so much, bro. Like pretty much a lot of my last year of college, I didn't get to do a lot of the things with some of my best friends that I would have loved to do. They might not have understood it at the time, but you know, I don't really care about that, to be honest. But sacrificed a lot of things that I would have wanted to do. A lot of relationships, a lot of time with friends that I love, a lot of things that I love. I fucking love golf so much. I've golfed once, maybe twice in the past like almost a year, bro. Just small stuff like that, but people, things, relationships, just so much sacrifice that went into this. What I envisioned is coming true. It just feels so good, bro. I can't really put it into words that well, but it just feels amazing. Not gonna lie, I'm watching that clip back because it was kind of motivational on the rest of my run, and that fired me up. Come on. If you made it to the end of this video, once again, shout out you. If you made it this far in the video, shoot me a DM on Instagram. First 3 people to DM me on Instagram, $25 to your Venmo, Zelle, Cash App, Apple Pay, whatever you got. DM me. Thank you so much for watching. Any content ideas, anything you want to see, any questions you have, either drop them below or DM me on Instagram, fpm.stefan. Drop a like, drop a sub. I feel like the YouTubers I used to watch when I was younger. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one. Peace.